Welcome to the party, pals. I am Droid, and you just crossed over into the guitar zone. On today's episode, we're going to take this cheap guitar I bought off Amazon, and we're going to modify it in tribute to the iconic guitar from Back to the Future. Alright, so before we can get started with anything, we got to unbox some parts, or a bag if you will, and it is some gold pickup covers. Hold on, be sure to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to do a sound demonstration of this finished product for your listening pleasure. You're not going to want to miss that. I also have some questions for you, where the future should go. So if you could stick around and give me your advice, it would be greatly appreciated. These mothers just would not stay in my hand. Now before we can install these, of course we have to break down the guitar. So let's go ahead and get these strings off. While we got the strings off, eventually we are going to be replacing the tuners, so let's go ahead and take those off as well. Now back to the current task at hand. Let's go ahead and get these pickups out of the guitar so we can swap the metal covers. Now I had previously modified this guitar to test out of phase pickup sounds, so these covers just come right off because I was already in there, already desoldered them and everything. Since I've decided to stick with the out of phase modification, when we install the new covers, I will solder these back on. We will also be replacing the bridge, so let's remove that as well. Now let's go ahead and put the gold pickup covers on these pickups. In case you're unaware, pickups come in a variety of pull spacings. Prior to purchasing these, I of course measured the pull spacing. Bridge humbucker 52 millimeters, neck humbucker 50 millimeters. So it is a perfect fit, just as expected. Now let's go ahead and solder these onto the pickups using a little bit of flux and of course a soldering iron. Then we'll just put the old pickup rings back on and put them back in the guitar. You may be able to tell at this point the color of the screws. Now this is one of the things that I'm currently debating as to whether I want it to be accurate or not. We will discuss that more later in the video. For now we're sticking with the stock screws. So now before we can proceed, we're going to need some more parts. Perfect timing. Let's see what we got now. We got replacement knobs. Now these are the gold reflector knobs as opposed to the stock black speed knobs. I quite enjoy the look of these, and they just so happen to be exactly what's on the guitar in the movie. Alright, so let's go ahead and install those knobs. Quickly pop off the old ones. And while we're here, these pots had gotten a little loose over time as I played the guitar, so we're going to go ahead and tighten those up while we got the knobs off. Then we'll just go ahead and make sure they are aligned correctly and pop them on. And this thing is looking pretty good already, if I do say so myself. Next up, I am going to install the new bridge. Now, if you're interested, if you've never removed bridge studs from a body before, it's actually quite simple. Now, I just use a piece of metal that I found in a parking lot somewhere. I tend to scavenge random items that look like they may be useful to me, so that's what I use. I don't even know what the thing is, to be honest with you, but basically you just need an elevated piece of metal that is wider than the stud. I put a piece of leather over the stud and the body to protect the body. I put a Dunlop strap lock washer on top of that, and then just screw in the tailpiece, screw it until it slowly works out the bridge stud. Pretty simple stuff. Hopefully it makes sense if you're doing this yourself. I know some companies sell some fine fancy inventions that are designed specifically for this task. I, however, tend to be a pretty budget-minded individual. I like to do things myself, so I don't own one of those. So I use random parking lot metal to take the place of those things. Once I get the silver one out, I just go ahead and put a gold one in there. This is a part that I had laying around. Did not have to purchase this. Now, before I put the other one in, here you will see me checking for continuity. Sometimes the metal plating on these things prevents electrical continuity. Fortunately, this did not require any sanding of the metal plating. Lucky for me, on this guitar, the ground wire goes into the bridge stud, not the tailpiece, as we will not be using the tailpiece on this guitar. We will be using a Bigsby style vibrato tailpiece. At this point, I also went ahead and swapped the pickguard bracket with a gold one I had laying around. Now, the guitar in the movie, they leave the studs for the tailpiece on the guitar, so that's what I'm going to do as well. Now, again, much like the screws, you may notice these are not the right color. That is something, again, we'll discuss later in the video. And look at that, we got another package. We have the Bigsby style vibrato tailpiece. Now, you'll notice me struggling with this bar here. It was on pretty tight. The stock setup had a locking washer that was not behaving very well at all. So off camera, I had to perform a little breakdown on it, little modification, but we got it working perfectly fine eventually. Before we can install the Bigsby style vibrato, we must remove the rear strap button. And then I'll just go ahead and place it in the exact same hole that the strap button was before. It lined up perfectly. Here I'm just making some marks for the drill bit so I know where to drill. We'll just go ahead and drill these holes and then vacuum out the debris. Last thing we need to do right there is screw in the screws. And here we have another delivery. What's it gonna be this time? We have new tuner buttons, and wouldn't you know it, perfect timing. The new gold tuners have arrived. Now, I elected mostly because they were the cheapest ones I could find. I know these are not accurate to the guitar in the movie, but I could not pass up the price for these for locking tuners. We'll see how they work out. Probably not going to be seeing too much of the back of the guitar anyways, so. We've got another delivery. We have some Back to the Future enamel pins. What I intend to do with these, at least one of them, is put it on the headstock of the guitar as a new logo, because I will be removing the brand from the guitar headstock, as well as reshaping the guitar headstock. We'll not be showing that process though. Here you'll see me removing the gold metal tuner button and placing the new plastic one on there. It was a perfect fit, no modification required. Then all we gotta do is put the screws in the back of that stock to hold the tuners in place. Looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Now just lightly tightening these down, not going overboard with it, very important, do not want to crack the headstock. Now before I put new strings on the guitar, might as well do my typical treatment for guitars. When I got the strings off, I've had this thing for, I don't know, a couple years. We'll hit the frets with some steel wool, polish them up nicely. Then just use my typical naphtha to clean the fretboard and linseed oil to hydrate it. So here you're going to see the bend that I put in strings before placing them onto a Bigsby style vibrato. People mentioned that it was difficult for them to string up their Bigsby style vibrato. If this is the issue you're having, that's a little tip for you. I personally never found it too difficult, but some people do, so every little tip you can get helps. Now with locking tuners, you just slide it through the hole as tight as you can pull it, tighten it down on the back of the tuner, and then tighten it to pitch. Lastly here, I was waiting to put these final two screws in on the Bigsby style vibrato until the strings were on to make sure I had proper alignment, but it's just a simple marking of the hole where I want to drill it, and then going ahead and drilling it, screwing in the screws. Pretty simple stuff. Now this is just personal preference. I like to shorten the springs on Bigsby style vibratos, so I took the Dremel to it, but after I cut it, I just took a stone bit for the Dremel and flattened it out so that it sits nicely in the Bigsby style vibrato. Well, the guitar is pretty much complete. All that's left to do is to stretch the strings, tune it up, make sure it's all intonated properly, and then we can get to some playing. Well, alright, there you have it. Phase 1 is complete. Let's see how it sounds. Well, alright, there you have it. Sounds pretty good to me. I enjoyed the sound of this guitar and the feel of this guitar prior to modifying it, and now I enjoy it even more. I'd say this project was a success. I mentioned the pin on the headstock during the video. You can kind of see it here. I don't really want to show it up close. It's good from afar, but far from good. So now I mentioned several times in the video that we would discuss certain things at the end. Numero uno being different screw colors and stud colors. Do you think I should leave it as it is? It looks the part, it's good enough? Or do you think I should take it a step further, get the gold studs, get the black screws, gold screws where I'm missing them? Or do you think I should just leave it? Numero 20. If you are familiar with the guitar, you know there's a pretty big thing missing, and that's right here, somewhere, right there, Varitone. Now, I did some research on the Varitone. Turns out they're pretty expensive, pretty complicated. Now, I do think I could probably pull it off with some further research, potentially some help from you. I also saw something from a company called the Pentatone that looked pretty cool, and probably what I'd actually end up going with, because it seemed ultimately cheaper to go that route as opposed to buying all the parts. Because, you know, the little plastic circular thing, the chicken head knob, the switch, the capacitors, the inductor, resistors, all of those things add up and ultimately would probably come out to be more expensive than just buying the Delisle Pentatone. So I'm wondering, do any of you have any experience with the Delisle Pentatone? Is it something I should check out? Do you think it's worth the money? Do you think it's something I would use? Is it something you use if you have it? Or do you think it's a waste of money? Because in this world we live in, we got EQ pedals, we got computer programs. Is the Varitone still a necessary thing? Or are there better options? I'm curious to know what you think. So if you could be so kind to leave a comment with your thoughts on the Varitone, I would appreciate that. And I can't remember numero 30 because my brain is destroyed. Ah yes, these tuning pegs came in 2 colors in the budget options: jade green and cream. I went with cream. Do you think that was a mistake, or do you think that was the correct choice? I really didn't want something that was too green, but the cream is not quite that vintage look. Do you think I should try and age these? I did actually already attempt to age them using some coffee, some tea, some bourbon. None of those worked, although I did not let them soak for very long. So what do you think I should do? Should I have gone with jade green? Should I try and age these? Should I just leave them how they are? I don't think they look too bad if I leave them, but I'm curious to know what you think. Do you have any aging tips? Is there something I may have missed? So yeah, if you could let me know about all that, it would be greatly appreciated. For now, however, that is the end of part 1. I really enjoyed this project. 2 things that I absolutely love in this world: guitars, movies, coming together. And I'm kind of thinking maybe I should do more movie guitars. What do you think? Off the top of my head, we got the guitar from the beginning of Back to the Future. We got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure headless guitars. Wayne's World Stratocaster. I'm sure there's plenty more. If there's any you could think of, let me know. What movie guitar would you like to own, or perhaps already own? That's where we're going to leave this one. Once again, I've been Droid. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to check out my channel for more videos like this. If you could be so kind, please check out my music on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, etc. under Droid, JROID. Linktree/Droid. Links are in the description. Hit you with the annoying plug. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that fun stuff. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to do so. And as always, stay safe, take care.